Hello and welcome to another video from our series, giving tips, giving help for you that want to improve in chess. So I take my games that I played and I try to explain them in a way that you maybe get some ideas of how to play some positions. So I played a master yesterday, a national master from United States, and this is a very interesting and instructive game. And I will show you right now. And this video is being sponsored by Insider Store, those tech t-shirts that are amazing. So even now that, mainly now that you are going back to work and that you need a shirt to feel comfortable, and those times are hot, so you need technology in your shirts so your sweat can vaporize really faster, and so that you don't feel wet while you are working, and even to avoid some unwanted odors. So this technology is anti-odor because it has antibacterial technology in those t-shirts. So this is really good. And if you want, you have those tech shirts, and you also have those undershirts. So this is really good if you want to use it in your day life, in your day-to-day, in your work. So mainly if you are like in a formal work, you have to use shirts, maybe sometimes long shirts, and then you use that undershirt, and you will really feel very comfortable. So, and by using the coupon here that is in the description, the link and the coupon, you will get a very nice discount to buy those clothes from Insider Store. So let's go to the video. Here's the very important suggestion for you. Okay, so let's go to the game. So I will show a game, as I said, that I have played against a master. So here's his nickname, Chess Master 123, and let's go to the game and try to get some knowledge from here. So I started with a e-pawn. He played the Sicilian, and I went with this Alapin variation. The main idea of this variation is to run away from the main variations like the dragon or the Najdorf. Not that I fear that, but sometimes I just don't want to go that sharp, and I go to Alapin. That brings to a common territory. It's not that hard to study the main lines of the first move of the Alapin. So d5 was played, I captured, he captured, then I played d4, and after pawn takes, here the main move is capture with the pawn, and second main move is knight f3, and third main move is not really recommended to capture with the queen, but here I was very lazy and then I decided to capture with the queen and, you know, exchange queens. The problem with that is that I stay with this isolated pawn without the queen on the board. That means I won't have many counterattacks, and I'll have to deal with that. Let's take a look at how this goes on. Knight f6, knight f3. I already defended the pawn, knight to c6, and here I came with a very interesting idea, bishop to c4, attacking the f7 pawn. And this is very nice because after bishop to g4, I was planning to play this move knight e5, which is very interesting, because here I need to find a solution here in this position, because he's already threatening to, you know, win the game here. If he can do this, like if it's black to play now, he's completely winning, because he will capture here and he will get an extra pawn and will be attacking everything, also threatening to get my rook. So I need to do something. This position is like I can make no mistake here. So that's why knight e5 is very interesting in this position, because it's attacking f7, it's attacking the bishop. So double attack here and f7, and there's no time for him to grab the d4 pawn, which he didn't play, because here bishop takes f7 and white has no problem in the position. So the game continued with knight takes, so very interesting. And after pawn takes, he retreated the knight, and here I took some time to think about advancing the pawn. What I saw was not really promising for white, because after bishop takes, pawn takes, I gave up a pawn kind of to, you know, mess a little bit with his pawns and postpone his development of the dark squared bishop. But I got nothing else than that, and I thought that maybe I would fighting for, like, I didn't play this, but in this case I would be fighting for a draw, you know, with a pawn down, being a pawn down the whole game. So that's really not very exciting idea. So I decided to play here bishop f4, you know, developing a piece, protecting the pawn, getting away from the attacks on the c column, and he played e6. And here I castled, putting my king into safety, and I really want to play rook to d1 and put pressure on his knight and put the bishop here on b5. So that's my plan basically, but I have to prepare this because his bishop is not allowing me to do that. And after he played bishop to c5 very smartly, not allowing me to play the f3 move and then rook to d1 and bishop to b5. So he played very actively here, and I had to place the other way. So h3, and now that's what's going on. I'm probably playing g4 if he plays bishop to h5, so that I can play, oh sorry about that, rook to d1. So he played bishop f5 here, then I immediately can play this rook d1 idea, and then he went for this you know, very Bobby Fischer-like move, you know, a deep idea of capturing my knight. This move is very stylish, but I don't think it accomplishes good things for black. I mean, it's not that it's a mistake, but it is unnecessary, because what is he worried about? He's worried about that I play knight to c3, knight e4, knight d6. I cannot go to e4. This bishop is not allowing that. Oh, okay, then I can go to b5, of course. But when I play knight c3, you can play e6, and you don't have to exchange your bishop to my knight to avoid my knight to go to d6. And there's not another good way to go. Of course, I can think about putting my bishop on b3, then knight on d2, and knight on c4, and then going to d6. But come on, there are many ways to avoid that. a6, b5. So very unnecessary idea, but very stylish one, like a Fischer-like move, Bobby Fischer-like move. Bishop takes b1. Okay, it's not a mistake. The game goes on. It's really well balanced now. And here I made this move b4. I still have the idea of playing bishop to b5 and not allowing him to castle. So it's very tempting to do that. It would be very nice if I could do it. But he always have those a6, b5 ideas, and so it's not promising to play bishop b5 right now. Although the computer suggests rook from b to c1, very logical. But here I played this move b4. Bishop to e7 was played, and now bishop b5. Again, there's no way to avoid a6, b5. But here I made this move, kind of to provoke here this move. So then not bishop a4, but rather bishop e2 here. Very nice instructive move. And now I'm routing my bishop to attack those weak pawns now. So he castled. There was no way that I could avoid him to castle. Stop him from castling. So now bishop f3 attacking the pawn. He played b5, and okay, I got good targets here. I can work on that. So first I played e3, so I can, you know, free my rook to play and not be guarding the pawn anymore. Knight to b6 was played, and I was kind of happy because now my pawn is not attacked anymore, and I can move my bishop. But still, he can make a mess here. So I decided that I needed to play something very active here. So that's why bishop to b7 I played, attacking those pawns. He came with this move knight d5, and here we got a very interesting position, because if I don't do anything correctly here, you know, knight c3 is coming, and this is a problem. Also, ideas like a5 are coming. So let's say I go back to my bishop to d2, which I considered playing during the game, then, you know, he can play rook to d7, kind of trying to trap my bishop. And also I'll be very passive here. Ideas like a5 in the future are really nice. But this is a trap here, very interesting trap, because he can now play knight to c7, attacking the bishop, and after bishop to b7, you know, oh, sorry. That was a mouse slip. I would hope him to make this mouse slip. You know, black is fine here. Black is, you know, very active and very nice counterattacks. So here I decided that I should capture the knight and not allow so much activity for black. So I decided to capture, giving up, you know, the attack for these pawns. But sometimes you can't have everything on chess. So you need to decide to give away some things here. And I gave away my bishop for a good reason, because after some trades, I have this very instructive idea, very instructive idea. You know, it's very tempting to play rook to d1 and go after this pawn, but black's not bad here. A better idea is to play this move rook to c1 and bring the king to stop this pawn, while this rook will be very active. So very instructive position. I was very happy to have found this move. The game continued with rook to d8, and now it's time to bring on the king. a5, a very nice move, very interesting idea, countering on the queen side. So I took, he took, and here the computer suggests that if I play rook to c6 or rook to c7, you know, white is 2 points up, 2.5 points up, which is maybe sometimes decisive advantage. But here you know, 1 minute, 2 minutes each, I just didn't consider it that deep. So I came with this interesting idea of attacking the bishop. I knew he was going to do that, but then I would have bishop to c1 and those pawns are weak, and he has some problems with the back rank. So that was the idea behind rook a1, although the computer doesn't like that a lot. He continued with b4, then bishop to c1, bishop takes, rook takes, and after rook to a8, I came with a very interesting idea, king e2 here, king e2, with the following idea. He cannot capture my pawn because of the checkmate here on the back rank. And also, but most important of all, I know that he's gonna deal with that. I'm not hoping that this trap will pay off. That's not the idea here. But I am putting my king in this promotion zone here. So now I'm not concerned about making a trap to checkmate him, but I'm concerned with my king controlling those pawns, because after he played rook king to f8 and now there's no more checkmate, then I can play rook to c5 and his pawn is advancing, but my king now is controlling the pawn. And the point here is that I really feel good at this position because I am defending my pawn, I am attacking this pawn, and this pawn is just dead. So I'm really happy with my position now. But the computer has a solution for black here. The computer always have good solutions, and he says that d4 can keep the balance in the game. Black can still fight for a draw because now my king cannot go directly, and this pawn, you know, is protected. If I play king to c1, he can play, you know, king e7, and the game goes on, and maybe with a good play, black can try to draw. But here he rather played this very logical move, king e7, but then I played rook takes d5, so I'm a pawn up. His king came, my rook went away, and now I'm protecting both pawns and also controlling this pawn. But the best is that my king is controlling this pawn. So after b2, my king gets closer to the pawn, and after the promotion, not capturing with the rook, of course, because I would be this protecting both pawns, but rather capturing with the king. And here I'm winning because after king d7, there is a decisive move here. There is a decisive move that I didn't play during the game. So if you want to pause and try to find it, this move is just winning immediately. He would resign here immediately if I had found this move, but unfortunately I didn't. So I didn't play the move rook c5, and I hope you had found it. Beautiful position, right? That's a beautiful position because the king can there's no way the king can get closer to this rook. There's no way the king can get close to this rook. This rook is protecting both pawns. I mean, if the king tries to enter the position, we can close it. And this is a completely winning. White has a pawn majority, 4 against 3. The king is coming really fast. The king can go either way. So this is completely winning for white here. Unfortunately, I didn't play this, and I played f4, which is also a good move and a logical move, but it's not crashing because now he has this king c6 idea, and he, you know, this is very unpleasant because I cannot protect my a5 pawn anymore. So then I decided to play some tricky idea here, and good idea, which is rook to b6 followed by e6. A very nice idea, because after he took my pawn, then I captured on f7, sacrificing the rook to promote my pawn. And of course, he's not going to fall for that. So he played rook f5, which is the best idea. And I tried also this very nice idea of rook to a6, and he cannot capture the pawn because he would lose the game immediately. So he's a national master. He's more than 2,000. I'm also a national master, but for chess.com, to put the title besides my name, I need to go beyond 2000 FIDE rating. So that's the rule for the chess.com, and because my FIDE rating is not that above 2000, then I don't have this title here. But this guy has more than 2000 FIDE, and that's why his title is there. But we are both national masters. And here he played king to b7, so he's really playing a good chess here. Then I played rook to a4, and of course he took my pawn, but now very instructive idea. Rook to c4, and now this king is cut from the board, alright? So this king is cut now, and then my idea now is very simple. I will bring my king and I'll advance with the pawn majority, and I will win the game. So I feel very comfortable here, although the computer says that it is equal. The computer always have a good way to play this, but he needed to play rook e7, only move in the position, and also he would need to, you know, find this idea of putting the rook here on e3, like rook e7, g4, rook e3. It's the only way that black can, you know, try to maybe get some drawing chances, although it would be really difficult. But here maybe black can draw. So but he played king to b6, and now I bring my king, and I didn't I knew that he could check me here now, and I would have to, you know, give some room for his king, but it's not a problem if we exchange. I have a completely winning endgame because of 3 against 2, and my king will be better placed than his king. So he played check, and I protected. And okay, his king now can go shift to 1 column, but no problem. I'm still controlling him. I'm still controlling his king. So now his king is still cut, and I have to spawn majority. So here I feel completely winning, although it's not just the only thing I cannot do here is some primitive mistake. But otherwise I will be winning here. So our clock are ticking, but there's no secret here. All I need to do is advance with my pawn majority, and doesn't allow him to you know, capturing my rook. I need to pay attention to that, because sometimes you're pre-moving when you're out of time, and you know, some dramas happen. But rather than that, also here, very important move here is king g3, not immediately g5, because my pawn is pinned, and then that would be a drama. So it's important to consider those kinds of moves during the game. And here a very interesting moment. I advance the pawn, and I have the chance to, you know, create a passed pawn and create some complications. I just remembered that he could, you know, try to check my king, and my king will be in the corner. So after his pawn took my pawn, I decided that I would not take back the pawn, but rather advance the pawn. So this is very instructive. It's not that I cannot capture. This is winning as well. But it is easier to win by advancing, because it's not a corner, you know, it's not a rook column, and it will be easier for my king to maneuver. So this is another instructive idea for a blitz game. And here I get my pawn advantage, but I don't have this rook column pawn. And here his time is ending, and also a completely winning position. Then his time went down, and I won the game here in this position. But there's no secret to win this. He would, you know, try to make it difficult for my king for my pawn to advance, but I can make this little maneuver, and this is winning, because if he makes any move, you know, if he keeps this rook on this G column, I can play, you know, rook to F or rook to H. Maybe rook to H is safer, and then I will play king H7, and I will promote, and I'm winning. There's no time for his king to come. So, and if he tries, you know, to play rook to H1, then I play rook to F2, and I bring my king and I promote. And if he plays rook f1, then again rook h1. So there is just no way he can escape here. So yeah, that's a very instructive game. Here we have the report on that game. So we both made our mistakes, but I was winning most of the time. And although the computer says that sometimes he had drawing chances, in a human level, mainly in our national master level, it's very difficult to hold those kinds of position. That's why, in spite of the engine telling now that that it was, you know, drawing chances for black, I was feeling that I was winning, but maybe if he was an international master or a grandmaster, he could create problems and maybe he could draw, or even I could lose. Who knows? But that's it, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Some nice and instructive ideas. I hope that helps you improve in your chess. Thank you so much for your audience, and see you next video. Bye.